Hello and welcome. My name is Renee Bovacalis, and I'm a patient engagement specialist for Quality Insights Renal Network 5. What you are about to see is a mock QAPI meeting in which a patient is included as part of the team. The players are not actors, but real people from the various disciplines, including the patient, that are making up our fictitious IDT team. As such, you may notice some awkwardness, breaks in character, talking over each other, and miscommunication, perhaps misinformation. Specifically, I mentioned boosters as a first dose. Just go with it. The accuracy of the content is not important. It's the way the patient is integrated into the QAPI meeting that we want you to pay attention to. This is a brief video depicting a QAPI meeting held virtually. As may happen in your facility, we are missing a member of our team, the medical director. In a normal QAPI meeting, you would cover a number of measures, but in the interest of time, only one topic is covered in this presentation: vaccination rates for flu and COVID. What you should take away from this experience, though, is how data is reviewed with a patient present in a QAPI meeting and how patients can be included in discussions and decisions being made. We hope you enjoy this mock QAPI meeting and learn how you can better include and engage your patients as partners in your monthly quality meetings.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all again. Welcome to our patients that we've got at our QAPI meeting. We're always happy to have you here, and we are very excited to get your input into what we've got going on here. I wanted to start with our vaccination rates. Right now we're looking at COVID vaccination rates and the flu vaccination rates for patients as well as staff. And we've got right now our patient rate for COVID vaccination is 61% and our rate for staff is 78%. So we really have to improve this. We've got boosters coming next week, and we got the network breathing down our necks. CMS is breathing down our necks. The company's breathing down our necks. So what all are thoughts that you guys have about what we can do? What's happening? Why don't we have better rates? Why are people not doing this? And what can we do to impact this?
Well, I still think that there's a great deal of distrust simply because of how social media has portrayed things. And we're sort of fighting against that with a medical opinion. And I don't know. I guess I really would want to know from the patient's perspective, what do you need from us to feel more comfortable about getting the vaccines? What do you think is going on there?
One of the things that I'm hearing for some of my peers, they just don't have transportation to be able to get to the vaccination sites. And of course, there's still a lot of patients that have fear about the vaccine. They don't know what's in the vaccine, much less the booster. They're worried about breakthrough infections and stuff like that. So I think if we could just get a little bit more literacy or educational resources around, some of our concerns, I think that may help the rate go up.
In terms of teaching and educating, would it be better for us to have something in the lobby, or should we go individually, do you think? Or is it just a matter of both doing that?
Yeah, I think both. You can catch us when we are, sitting down, as well as, when we're in the lobby.
There isn't a lot of that going on anymore because of the precautions that we've taken, so.
What about making rounds?
No, I meant in the lobby. There isn't a lot of sitting in the lobby anymore just because we're trying to limit how many people are in there, so.
Okay. But we still sit in there when we're waiting on transportation. So, any availability would help. I think if you did both, you can catch us coming and going.
Okay.
And it'll also allow us to be able to share this information with our family members that may be a little hesitant, to kind of safeguard us in that particular situation.
All right.
What about mobile vaccine clinics, having the vaccine available at the clinic, having like a mobile clinic come in and administer the vaccination to the patients right at dialysis? Because then you're already sitting there for the 30 minutes that you need to.
Oh, that would be great. I haven't really heard of any, but that would be excellent. Yeah, that can certainly help a lot of us that don't have transportation once we get dropped off at home. So thank you for that.
I don't know. Is that something that is a possibility, do you think, with the company?
We've done it at a couple of our clinics.
Okay.
Do you think?
It never hurts to research.
Do you think that, I guess one of the things we're going to need to look into too is if they would come out, for how many patients would we have to organize this to make it worth their while to come out? But your sense as a patient is that there are some patients that are interested in it. They just have not had the access to it. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
these are the folks that are very adamant about taking care of their health. They're not caught up in all the hype on social media. They've already made their decision. They just don't have access to getting to a vaccination location.
Would it also help if we help to explore some other community options, if they're using senior centers and places that already have transportation that are willing to come and pick up people, and help find places that are much closer so that they don't have to try and get to, say, a convention center or something like that that's way out of range?
Yes, that would be excellent also.
Yeah. Well, we're working on maybe getting a mobile vaccination, which would be great. I would love that.
Yeah.
And I'm
as
hoping,
far as the staff vaccination is concerned, I think that's something that company policy is going to have us be a little bit more, I want to say rigid, but be a little bit more proactive in making sure that the staff is all vaccinated. I know we've got a lot of initiatives going on to ensure that the staff is hitting 100%, because that's the goal.
Yep, that's right.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
That's right. Well, and we do have the boosters coming next week, so we definitely want to get on top of the patients that are still interested in getting it, and even the ones who, if they haven't had it already, we can give them that booster as their first dose. So let's make sure that we've got a good list of folks that we can try to hit next week, or at least get them signed up so that we can get them when we get that booster shot in. All right. So for our flu vaccine, that's coming up. We have measures for our staff and for our patients also. We really want to get 100% of everybody covered, but we know that's probably not going to happen. But last go round, we had like 89% of our staff got the flu vaccine, and we've got about 50% right now that have agreed to take it as soon as we get it in. And then kind of similar for our patients, although a little bit higher, they're a little more interested in getting the flu shot, interestingly, than they are getting the COVID shot. So thoughts on the flu shot and how we can get those numbers up, how we can get more people vaccinated for that. Are we feeling like this is very similar to COVID, the aversion to getting shots, or is it something different?
think people are used to the flu shot. We also have to double check and make sure that the patients are reporting whether they got it somewhere else. Sometimes our patients start getting it at their primary care doctor, or if they go to the supermarket or whatever, we need to make sure that that's documented in there so we can't count that towards the numbers.
That's a good point. Yeah, we don't want to order all those
Definitely.
shots and then they don't need them.
Right.
And I think a lot of the PCPs have started already. I think they started it late September and all through the October. So
Okay, so we're coming in late on
Late.
that. All right. Any issues we need to be aware of from a patient perspective on getting that flu shot?
Just some concerns about if you get the COVID vaccine and the flu vaccine, is that I guess the intermingling of the side effects, is it going to have a worse effect on you? I know we are into another year with COVID, but a lot of us didn't get the shots last year. So just kind of concerned, or if there's any information regarding how these two vaccines kind of complement, or anything that we need to be concerned with.
Okay, yeah, we can look into that. I'm not aware of any concerns with that, other than, getting a shot in each arm. A lot of people don't want to do that 2 at a time. Sore arms, and then some folks we know do have some symptoms afterwards, feeling kind of yucky or whatever. So with the immunocompromised population that we have, it's probably a good call there. How more at risk would they be if they got a double whammy? So that's a good thought we need to take into consideration and educate the patients on so they can decide. That's kind of a bummer, because it'd be a lot easier to give them all at one time if they would do that. But we don't want them to have a bad reaction, because then they'll be less likely to get it next year. So, okay, very good.
I think we're going to try for a 2-week spacing between the two
Okay.
shots, between the booster and the flu. I think that was what.
Actually, I do have a friend that got both. They got the booster and the flu shot at the same time, just one in each arm. She didn't have any issue.
Okay,
that's
well, that's
good.
good. Yeah, that's good. So, but I guess it's just all
And
about
that is the
informed
recommendation
consent.
right now. That is the recommendation right now, that you can get them at the same time.
Okay. All right. So I guess we just
Well, it
need
makes
to
sense.
educate everybody so they can make an informed decision, and hopefully we can get our rates up with that. All right. So I think we're about out of time, and I want to thank you guys very much, and we'll catch up next month. But thanks. I'm so happy to have a patient at the table. This has been very helpful.